Riding a dirt bike is extremely dangerous. I see new riders crashing and getting hurt or scared to ride again, but that's because they don't have the proper knowledge or understanding of what it takes to stay safe on a dirt bike. That's why I want to discuss with you 3 ways how to make dirt biking safer without spending any money so that you don't crash and get hurt. I also want to explain why it's easy to get hurt and how to easily implement these techniques. But before I get started, I want to offer you a free gift that teaches you the basic techniques to ride with confidence so that you can stay in control and crash less. It's my basic technique guide. It's quick, easy download. It's at motocrosshideout.com/free lessons. So the first tip that doesn't cost any money is riding within your comfort zone. So you probably heard that before. You probably have a basic understanding what it is. But as far as dirt biking goes, some signs that you're riding out of your comfort zone are you get nervous or you get tense, and then that leads to getting out of control. So what causes this? Either it's because you're trying to keep up with a friend that's riding faster or more challenging trails than you can go on. So if you're new to riding, you may have met some riding buddies and they're just riding too fast for you to be able to keep up. But you, being the competitive guy or gal, you want to try and keep up with them to be cool or just because you want to ride faster, but you get out of control because you don't have the technique, the skill, or the experience to ride at their pace on this challenging trail or just their pace in general. So what this causes you to do is you can't control the bike. You're trying to, maybe you're weaving in and out of the trees or riding over rocks, and you can't keep the bike in control without death gripping the bike. So you either get out of control quickly or you just start to tense up. Your arms pump up so you can't even hardly hang on. You can't squeeze the front brake lever or the clutch. So you either end up stalling it or you can't slow down fast enough to make a turn or to prevent yourself from falling off a cliff or hitting an obstacle. So riding within your comfort zone is knowing how fast you can go without getting out of control. So whether it's slowing down and just realizing that you won't be able to keep up with your friends at this point, and just kind of going at your own pace. And if you notice that you are getting tense or out of control, I just like to slow it back down and go back to the basics and work on my technique and ride smooth. And once I start riding smooth again, I start to relax, then I can slowly pick the pace back up again. But once you start getting tense and out of control, you need to back it down. Otherwise, you are going to crash and get hurt sooner than later. Also, riding a trail that's too challenging for you, that's another easy way to crash and get hurt, just because you can't do the big logs or the rocks, or maybe it's really slippery. There's some deep ruts. You just don't have the skill, the technique, and experience to be able to safely do that without falling over or flying off the trail. Now, the second tip is warming up your body and your bike. So whether it's your body or your bike, they both need to warm up in order to function properly. And so a lot of people, a lot of new riders or even experienced riders, they tend to kickstart their bike and just rev it out really quickly and just fly off. And what this does is the engine warms up too rapidly. And when it warms up too quickly, the internal parts, they expand, the heat expands them at different rates so that they end up doing damage to each other because they don't expand at the same rate, simply put. So warming your bike up too quickly is going to hurt it. And then warming up your body too quickly, trying to go too fast too soon, your muscles and your blood aren't warmed up. So your body's just going to be tight. So the best thing to do is take 5, 10, 15 minutes. The more you do, the better. Just to slowly either ride. I like to hop on my bike and putt around for 5, 10, 15 minutes before I work up my pace to go faster, because the more warm-up time you have, the more time your body can warm up and get loose. And when your body is tight, you're a lot more likely to pull something, or you just won't be able to function and control the bike better because your body is tight. And then the last thing, the third tip, is learning and mastering the basic techniques of riding. So whether this is getting better clutch and throttle control, working on your balance, your body position, your cornering technique, it all goes back to the basics. If you want to be a skilled rider, if you want to be a safe rider, you don't need to be an expert to need to master your basic techniques. If you just want to ride with control and stay safe, have fun, you need to learn the basics. Because if you don't, if you have maybe half of the basics, then you're going to make some bad habits, and this will cause you to ride tense and out of control in certain situations if you have certain techniques that are bad. So just learning proper clutch and throttle control can get you to the next level as far as traction goes. So not only do you need traction to go faster, but you need traction to stay up on two wheels. Because if your rear wheel is sliding out, or if your front wheel is sliding out from braking, you're a lot more likely to slide the bike out, go down, and get hurt. And that's why I want to teach you the basic techniques to stay in control. I made a really simple, practical guide. It's bullet points that goes over the basic techniques you need to ride with control. And it's at motocrosshideout.com/free lessons. The link is in the description below. And yeah, I'd like to hear from you. What is one thing that you're afraid of getting hurt when it comes to riding a dirt bike? Is it the front end washing out? Is it looping out from a wheelie? I'd like to know. Let me know in the comments below. This is Kelly Fager from Motocross Hideout. Learn more, ride more.